Catastrophic Iota is making landfall along the coastline of Nicaragua. Good evening, I'm Mike Nasel with the latest on Hurricane Iota. You can see the satellite imagery as we had a Category 5 storm. It's now gone just below that threshold, still 155 miles per hour as it's coming ashore south of Puerto Cabezas, very, very near the exact location where Hurricane Eta made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane about 2 weeks ago. This is a very bad situation for Central America. Here's the latest as of 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Hurricane Iota. Iota was at 13.6 north, 83.4 west, winds 155 miles per hour. The pressure is still around 920 millibars. By comparison, Hurricane Andrew in 92 was 922 millibars. So the lower the pressure, the stronger the storm, and Iota is the strongest hurricane of the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. Ironic because its name is Iota. It's moving west at 9 miles per hour, and it is making landfall. The hurricane warnings are obviously out. I'll read them to you. The coast of Nicaragua, Honduras-Nicaragua border to Sandy Bay Sirpi, and the coast of northeastern Honduras from Punta Patuca to the Honduras-Nicaraguan border. We also have the tropical storm warnings for these islands, still in the winds of tropical storm force, and even the Bay Islands up here in the north coast of Honduras. Nevertheless, the worst conditions, those disastrous 155-mile-an-hour winds and higher gusts than that, are in that eye wall right around the center. Now, it was a Category 5 hurricane, and it's now right on the edge of Category 4 and 5, so we went from here to here. Okay, so there's very little difference, and the damage potential is still catastrophic. This is going to be a disastrous hurricane for areas of Nicaragua, to say nothing of what they already went through with Hurricane Eta just a couple of weeks ago. Here's the infrared satellite imagery, and you can see, actually, if I update this, you can see that the eye is making its way onshore, and it's going to be a very disastrous situation, as I mentioned. Again, especially on the northern side of that eye, where you have the winds onshore, you can have a storm surge of over 20 feet high. And the area where it's striking, the building codes are basically non-existent. It's just a very impoverished area of the coast, it looks like, from what I've seen. And if there's anything left after Eta, Iota might take care of it. Unfortunately, it's going to be very, very nasty. To say nothing of the rainfall, remember, we could have 20, 30 inches of rain in areas of Nicaragua, Honduras, even El Salvador and Guatemala. So you guys need to be prepared for very, very heavy rain, and that gives potential for mudslides as well as flash flooding. Now, here's the area where it's making landfall. Puerto Cabezas is right in here, and it's about 30 miles to the south-southwest. So it's making landfall near the area of Haulover, Wawa, the same areas as Hurricane Eta. And if I zoom in here, actually, I might be able to see if there's any little communities here. You can see there's a natural lagoon area, looks like a wildlife reserve area, so that's pretty cool. Maybe we won't have too much population there, but again, any of these little beachfront communities are Wawa right there, just getting the storm surge, the 150 mile per hour winds, and you can see there's not too many pictures. So again, this is a very sparsely populated area of the Caribbean. It's not like it's hitting Kingston, Jamaica. However, this city 30 miles to the north of the center is Puerto Cabezas, and that does have a population, and there are a lot of people that they've been evacuating, and it's just a bad situation. You can see there, it's a municipality in Nicaragua, and again, community of 10 communities. So you can see a lot of area up here just to the north of landfall, and they're in the northern right front quadrant of the hurricane, even an airport down there. So again, a very bad situation. All of these areas along the coast, if they're not underwater, they'll probably be shortly with the landfall of dangerous Iota. Now here's the latest key messages as of 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 1, Iota is a catastrophic hurricane. It's the strongest one of the year. Extreme winds and a life-threatening storm surge are expected along portions of the coast of northeastern Nicaragua during the next several hours, and they do have that hurricane warning in effect. Number 2, life-threatening flash flooding and river flooding is expected through Thursday across Central America. That's because of the heavy rainfall. And again, Nicaragua, Honduras, flooding, mudslides, all of that could be exacerbated by Hurricane Ida's recent effects there, and as the Hurricane Center notes, it could result in significant to potentially catastrophic impacts. You can see it's going to be a lot of strong winds, a lot of heavy rain, and just a nasty situation down there. And if you're in the Caribbean, watch out. Look at this. See this orange down here? This is a potential new system. A tropical disturbance through the next 5 days has a medium chance, 40%, of developing. And it's probably going to move, like Eta and Iota, in a direction something like that. So we're going to watch that very carefully. Hopefully it's not another storm, certainly not another hurricane or another major hurricane, but the waters are hot and it should have decent upper level conditions as far as I could tell right now. And so we're going to watch it very carefully. The next name on the list, oh geez. This Greek alphabet is getting used up. It's incredible that we went through Arthur all the way down to Wilfred, and we're all the way through what's next. Kappa. Kappa. The Atlantic Basin is a frat house this year as we make it through the Greek alphabet. So again, we've already dealt with some of the worst hurricanes of this season were in the Greek names. I mean, Hurricane Delta was horrible. Zeta was horrible. Eta was a disaster. Now we got Iota. So we're going to wait and see. We could still have some more storms. Hurricane season doesn't officially end until November 30th, and it is November 16th, 17th. So we still got some time, and we could always have storms after November 30th like we did before June 1st. But again, Kappa would be the next storm, and so we're going to watch the Caribbean very carefully because we don't need even a weak storm. We don't need anything down here where they are getting decimated tonight along the Nicaraguan coastline. From a catastrophic hurricane, Hurricane Iota, the strongest hurricane of the year, making landfall now on the coastline of Nicaragua with disastrous 155-mile-per-hour winds. I'm Mike Nasel with the latest on Iota, and I will talk to you guys next time.